As both sides have 7 models, we're going to do a roll-off for initiative. The gold dice is for the Iron Sultanate and the black dice are for the Heretic Legion. Okay, Sultanate win it, just barely. But before we start, the infiltrators are going to do their infiltrating thing. So we're going to start with the Assassin here, and he can infiltrate up to 8 inches out of line of sight of any enemies. So we're just going to pop him into this corner here. There we go. Unfortunately, the Death Commando can't move up anywhere because he's going to be within line of sight of the Lion of Jabir. Back to the Sultanate first activation. Table state at the beginning of turn 1. So this Azeb here has moved up 6 inches. He was going to take a pot shot at the nearest Heretic Trooper, the Legionnaire, but he's just he's out of line of sight. So we're going to go for a risky move, and he's going to try and move again from here to here. So we've got our 2 dice, and we need a 7+. He's in, fantastic. Go up to there. And we have a little, he's going to have a look. Of course he's going to have a look. And he is absolutely bang on. You can see that he's moved up. He's just touching cover himself. And then just there poking out is my Heretic Legionnaire. 7+ from his Jezzail. Oh, it's a whiff. Heretic got a little bit lucky there. And with that, he's out of actions. And we're going to jump over to the Heretics. First Legionnaire activation, Heretic Legion activation is going to be the Artillery Witch. She's going to try and drop her bomb right there, just next to the Azeb that we can see fully. I was going to hold off a little bit before I brought in the Artillery Witch or other cool hero units, but it was the artwork of the Artillery Witch that really got me into the faction, so yeah, I'm going to go with her right now. So just a normal 7+ needed for this, and just for clarity, I'm going for it right here. It's in, fantastic. Now we have 2 rolls on the injury chart. I'm going to go for the Flamethrower Azeb first. Ooh, an 8. He is down and he has a blood marker. Next up, the Jezzail Azeb. I found 1 blood marker. And now they get blown D3 inches away. So Flamethrower guy first. He's going to go through the full 3, amazing. And then Jezzail guy. Okie dokie, yeah, they've been battered there. And with that, her activation is over. Not bad, really. Not bad at all. I hadn't taken into account their armour. However, the -1 wouldn't have affected the overall rolls. But I'm glad I remembered that. For the Sultanate, the Lion of Jabir is going to run up 8 inches. He is then going to have a go at a risky action and dash up another 8 inches. He has +1 dice for this. And we are phew, we're in, just in, but we're good. We've got our 7+. This little guy, this little trooper is going to move up to this doorway. And he's going to have a little pop. And the lion. So just a normal 2 dice test for the Heretic Trooper. And he fails. Next up for the Sultanate, the Sapper is going to move up 6 inches. He's then going to take a risky dash maneuver. This is a risky maneuver, -1 dice. Oh, excellent. He's in, well in. Then we're going to do another risky maneuver. and he's going to fortify, which puts him into cover. Whoops. Yep, he's in there as well. It's not what we meant, guy. Not cover down just so you can get some cover. Our friendly local Heretic Legionnaire here, he's going to move up 6 inches just to the corner of the ruins, and then he's going to throw a grenade at the Azeb just hiding next to the statue there. He's specialised in ranged warfare, so he's got a +1 dice for this attack. Amazing, we're in. So he's got a blood marker, and then we're just going to roll on the injury table. A 6 -1 gives us a 5, so that's a minor hit and another blood marker. Next up for the Sultanate, this Azeb right here is going to move 6 inches. And then he's going to take a risky action to dash and move another 6. The red Tower of Destiny is here again, so here we go. He failed. His activation is over immediately and back over to the Heretics. This Legionnaire is going to pop round here and he's going to have a little pop at the lion. Okay. 2 dice. He whiffs it. The Assassin is going to move 6 inches and then he's going to make a risky action to dash another 6 inches. Oh, well in. So while he does appear to be in the open a little bit there, he does have some pretty cool rules with regards to being shot at and what have you. So here we go. The Heretic Priest is going to cast Puppet Master on the Death Commando. This is a risky action. I mean, we're lucky that, oh no, we're not. That's failed, and it's turnover for the Heretic Priest. For the Sultanate, the Azeb with the flamethrower has stood himself up and moved forward 3 inches, half his movement rate. I realised I made a mistake with the Heretic Priest doing the Puppet Master on the Death Commando, so I've just gone back and re-rolled it with 2 dice, not a -1 dice, and he still failed, so the game state is exactly the same as it was before moving the Flamethrower Azeb. Now then, the Death Commando, it's about time we saw some slapping and some punching, I think, folks. So he's going to make a risky action to dash 6 inches so he can get within charge range of the Lion of Jabir. So here we go, 2 dice. Fantastic, it's in. And then he's going to charge at the Lion. So I'm well with him, but I'm going to roll the D6 bonus charge dice. 5, so yeah, he would have absolutely been in there. In hindsight, just before the charge, I probably should have thrown some grenades, but I'm not doing any take-backsies. So here we go. First off, the Claws of Tartarus. So we've got our 2 dice plus a +2 dice bonus, and he makes 2 attacks with these. Okay, I roll on the injury table for that first attack. So that's a 7, well, -1 for a 6. Minor hit, 1 blood marker. Now for the second attack. Fantastic. And roll through injury for this. 7 -1, that's 6. And another blood marker. Slightly disappointing, but better than nothing, I suppose. The Uzbeki captain has moved up 6 inches, and he's going to take a pop shot at our favourite target, the Heretic Legionnaire. He has +2 dice for this. Yikes, good job you made it. And let's see what sort of injuries we get. A 6, -1 for armor, which is a 5, which is 1 blood marker. Guys, it's happening. It's kicking off. The Warwolf is going to charge the Assassin. The Warwolf has a move stat of 8 inches, so that puts him 6, 7.5. Well, yeah, he's in there, so that's the 1 inch boundary there. He's in. So first off, here we go. We're going to go in with the Chainsaw Maw. Now, both of this guy's attacks are risky, so I'm going to roll the risk first. Okay, finally, the Alchemist is going to move up to her 6 inches. I should have stated at the beginning that her alchemy is flaming attacks, and with that, that's turn 1 over. Let's have a look at the overall table state. So as I was playing myself, I've probably been a little bit cagier than I would have been against if I was having somebody else against me. I'm one of those weirdos that doesn't like losing models when I'm playing games, so I think I've just like played myself there, but somewhat cagey. See, there's not an awful lot going on. That said, we have got a big combat here and a potentially big combat here as well. Quite a few blood markers on the Sultanate, but not an awful lot on the Heretics. The Iron Sultanate have actually got 8 troops in their list, not 7. So it wasn't a draw, and as a result, the Heretics should have gone first on that first turn. I mean, it's not made, I don't think it's made a great deal of difference, to be honest, because the Heretics were rolling pretty badly in turn 1. So turn 2, Heretics will be going first, and I think we're going to start off with a combat. Death Commando is going to be attacking the Lion of Jabir. He's got his 2 base dice, +2 melee dice, and we're going in with the Claws of Tartarus. First attack is well in. Can we roll like that on injuries, please? Nice. I will spend... Actually, no, I'm not going to spend any of those blood markers. That's 11. The Lion of Jabir, all injury dice are made at -1 dice. So what I'm going to do is re-roll the injuries. So I'll take those there, and I will spend 2, both blood markers, on an extra 2 dice for this injury. So come on, all 6s, please. Okay, so obviously we have to get rid of the highest, but then here we have a score of 8 down and a blood marker. And the second attack. Okay, we had +1 dice because he's down for this injury roll, and I'll spend that blood token, that blood marker, on another one. I mean, oh, I absolutely pinged that. So 2, what's that? So total of 2, a minor hit, another blood marker. Oh dear. Now, as the Warwolf's first attack whiffed, I think potentially, well, realistically, the Assassin could have moved, but I want to keep them in combat. So there we go. So the Assassin is going to attack. He's got 2 base +2 melee stat. However, the Warwolf causes fear, and that means -1 dice. So here we go. So we take the 6 out, and that's a whiff for the Assassin. My camera battery ran out for this activation. I'll explain more very, very soon. And so here we go into the Warwolf versus the Assassin. We make a risky check for the Chainsaw Maw. And yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. Really, really happy with that. And the injury roll, look at that. Outstanding. That puts 12 points of damage on the Assassin and just absolutely deletes him from the game. Man, that's disappointing. So my DSLR battery ran out after the first activation of turn 1, the Assassin. I then switched over to my trusty mobile device to take photographs of all the other activations. the first activation for the Heretics in turn 2 was the Werewolf, which obviously we've just seen. And then all the other activations were bad rolling. It turns out I'm even worse at rolling when I'm playing both sides, which is somehow a thing, which I didn't think was statistically impossible, but there you go. So I've had to leave it there. I'm very disappointed. Obviously I've put a lot of time and effort into it, believe it or not. So I'm still putting it online to watch, because we've got a full turn in there, and we've got one absolutely killer activation from the Werewolf. And also, it just shows that we don't always have time to finish a full game. I'd love to have been a full polished event, but it's not, and I do genuinely apologise for that. I'm having to think on how best to approach the next one, preferably with an actual human to play against. I think that'll be quite fun. Not saying that I'm not a human, but you know what I mean. Yeah, if you've got any friendly, positive, constructive feedback, feel free to drop it below. I love having discussions in the comments. So, point out where I've gone wrong. I've picked up a lot just from the list I've put together. Actually using the pieces in game, even though for many of them it was just one activation. I'm like, right, I need to go back and revisit that. I need to think about this a little bit more. So I've definitely got something out of it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed at least one full turn of Trench Crusade 1.0. And do stick around the channel for more. I'm absolutely pumped for the game. I'm definitely going to be getting more videos out. Just this one, it's disappointing. But there we go. The first turn took absolutely ages to record. It took a while to set everything up, because I had to change like the room round in the home and everything. And then by the time the battery had run out, I'd basically run out of free afternoon time anyway. It's just the way it all came together. But you know what? I had a few hours gaming, and at the end of the day, that's a win, isn't it? Hopefully, I'll catch you on the next one, and that'll be a little bit more entertaining, as in there'll be more of it. So yeah, cheers guys, take care. Thank you very much, bye.